This forester's lodge is getting demolished, which is awesome. It'll probably stop like halfway through. Oh no, they're really finishing it? Awesome. Oh. Okay, stop it. Oh wait. Hold on. No. I don't know what's going on. I'm confused. We have 4 laborers, so I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, the forester's lodge is gone. Which, don't get it wrong, we still have plenty of foresters. It's just a matter of getting people in those positions, which we'll throw 4 in right now. It is a big position that we do need filled. We'll take 4 out of the stone masons and put them back into the miners. We just had somebody die. It sucks. You know, we're just trying to get ourselves to the point where we're completed and accomplished. The market's almost done. We're gonna have some people die from starvation here. Again, it's really just about placement and position of your house. It sucks, but it is what it is. These people shouldn't be starving. I don't understand what's going on there. So that is a game issue right there. The storage barn is right there, and we have plenty of food, or had plenty of food. So we're gonna let that rock right now. And keep going. Like I said, the storage barn is going to be a big adjustment to us right now. And obviously the pastures getting finished are big. Where we at? We got 9 chickens over here, and we got 10 chickens over here. So as long as all that goes according to plan, we should be okay. The amount of people starving should stop once we start getting all the food put away for winter. Again, I can't be completely certain upon that just because people are still dying. So, you know, it is what it is. I can't adjust it. I can't change it. I'm not gonna bullshit it. It is what it is. The market is almost done. We do have 4% left on it, so that is good. You can't complain too much about that. Kind of waiting for the merchant to come over with iron. That way I can go ahead and deal with that and have iron on hand. We only have 3% more for this. I'm really hoping. Come on, complete it. There we go. Alright, it's done. The market's finished. We'll take 1 fisherman and put him into the vendor section. He's there. We have at least 1 person. Hopefully a storage barn can get finished over the winter. Everybody from all of the farms will go ahead and start doing what they gotta do. This farm is way behind. It's kind of depressing, but it is squash, so they should be able to go ahead and pick all that food. These people do have to travel a decent ways away. I'm not gonna bullshit that. They have to go to this area or this area to deposit the squash. So that's why we're trying to get this storage barn up and running, which is getting there. We're already at 65 or 60%, almost 65. So We're trying, guys. We're trying. People are dying. Where are we at? Vendor. There we go. There's one vendor. We're at 81%. Just need to keep it going. We should have more than enough fields right now of food. It's really just about being able to store them in the most local area. The other thing is the pastures too. You have to incorporate the pastures with the amount of food that you can pluck in the amount of a season. You know, obviously the smaller amount of pastures you have, you know, you got to deal with that. So we'll drop this down to 16 out of 10. Let them butcher those 6 sheep. We'll get the food from them. And once they bring that down, then, you know, we'll be able to go ahead and take care of that. And then the rest of it, we'll just kind of, you know, work it as we can. Two more. Come on, 2 more % complete. There it is. Okay, so we'll bring this down to 20. Let them slaughter that. We're just trying to save the amount of food we have, guys. Grab this merchant real quick. See what he's got. He's got some iron. We'll go ahead and grab all of that. It's 600. We'll go ahead and throw in 100 of wool and 40. Oops. 30. Oops. Hold on. 1 sec. 30. No. So how about 26? 25. We'll take all that iron. Oh, they have 900. We don't have 900 worth. Oops. We don't have 900 worth. So we'll back out of that. We're gonna also pause real quick. 475. And delete 475, enter, pause. 200, enter. We'll add 200, so 400. So how about 450? 60, 70, 76, 77. How about 80? 83. We'll trade that. I'll take all that iron, because that is something we don't have to worry about. All that iron means that I can take everybody that I have collecting iron, and I can move them somewhere else. I was about to say, I got all that iron. Don't BS me. the biggest thing now is going to be just making sure that everybody just kind of keeps up with everything. And we can bring that 25. We can bring this to back to 16. Like I said, it's really just about keeping the peace as far as all that's concerned. And we'll bump these back up to full. And we do need another woodcutter. Like I said, that's getting adjusted right now. We have the Forester's Lodge. Once we build everything else we need to build, we'll go ahead and take care of that Forester's Lodge, and we'll set another one up over here. And then he can come across and set these guys up for you know, as much completion as possible. Alright, so damn, food wise, we're hurting. We'll throw everybody out of there. Alright. So really I'm trying to keep up with everything. The chickens are getting there as far as the amount of them goes. We're not trying to rush it too much. We do need another blacksmith, so I'm going to go ahead and just set one up to be getting built right there. I know it's another thing to get built. I'm not too stressed about it. It has to get built, and I do have more than enough iron to take care of it from just bought from the vendor. So, fuck it. In that sense, I'm not stressed, not worried. It needs to get done. Let's just do it. All that iron just getting bought just bought us some time and every other aspect. So, you know, we're going to take advantage of that while we can. What's this? No, sis. Oh, that's fine. It's fine. And again, like I said, as long as we're trying to get all of the animals full on all of these pastures. So if once we get them full and we start getting the food from them, we'll be fine as far as the food's concerned. And then we'll just start getting the storage barns to the point where we need more storage barns, and that will be fine for us. And this, wherever I put it over here, somewhere over here, right there, Forester's Lodge. That Forester's Lodge will take care of everything we need as far as all that stuff's concerned. We'll go ahead and remove all the stone from the area where the Forester's Lodge is. We'll grab iron from that section just to make sure we take care of it. That's all taken care of. So now all we need is for our food to be taken care of, so everybody's fed and happy and fat during the winter time. And then we just need to be conscious of the amount of stored logs we have for everybody's fuel, which again, we won't be able to do that until this guy right here is built and set up. That Forester's Lodge is going to be a very critical part about what we do, and each home right here too is just going to be a continuation of it. And with the homes right here getting built, it's going to be one more thing we don't have to worry about building later on. And you know, like I said, we have to make sure all the people are getting taken care of, and so on and so forth. The blacksmiths are getting built. We can't rush it. It is what it is. We have 3 workers right now. It's autumn. Everybody's trying to get in harvest for the season. So once that harvest gets brought in, then everybody will be able to move over to building all of our things for us, and then we'll be able to take care of it. So with that being said, we're just kind of waiting for that time shift to happen. And once the time shift happens, we'll be more than in an adequate spot for everybody to run around and build a whole bunch of stuff for us. So with 33 people not having tools and 120 adults, we're talking about a quarter of the people we have not having tools. I know the number's going up, but again, you got to look at all the numbers here. We got 33 children, 35, or excuse me, 34, and 120 adults. So to keep the amount of tools we need, we gotta balance everything out. And just like me buying that iron, it bought us time where we don't have to use the mines right now, and we can take the people we have and put them somewhere else. Which right now what we needed was food getting adjusted for us, which right now the food is getting adjusted, and we're being able to keep up with everything up until the point all these pastures fill out entirely and all that stuff is taken care of. And once those things are taken care of, we'll be fine, and we'll be able to keep up with everything. So, with that being said, what we want to do is come down here to these lower sections. We want to go ahead and grab the roads and continue on the dirt roads up and around all of these little pastures right here. We'll build that. We're going to build another pasture right here. This pasture right here is probably either going to be sheep or it's going to go ahead and be chickens. I'm not sure which one it is. At this point in time, we're probably looking at sheep, and I'll take sheep from the 10 and bring them over here and use that section just because we don't want to take too much away. We're going to go ahead and trade here. What do they got for us? Potato seeds. We don't really need it. Potato seeds isn't that crazy. It's a nice thing to have. So 3,100. Actually, excuse me, we don't have the resources to trade for that right now, so we're gonna let that pass. We traded for all the iron. The iron was worth it. We could bring all of our people working in the mines out of the mines and throw them somewhere else. So right now, that's what we did. We have, so we're gonna work with. So I know the logs are low. We do have 20 people working as foresters for us, so that is something that is nice. At the same time, we do need to make sure that we have enough logs to do whatever it is we need to do. The amount of tools is not really an issue. That is not something we're worried about. So tool-wise, I'm not frustrated or worried in that regards. I really just wanted to make sure that the amount of stockpiles we had scattered about is okay. I don't want anybody freezing to death. I think we're down 1 wood cuttery for the amount of people we have, including children, plus homes. I think we're at 50 homes right now. So we're at 50 homes and 5 wood cutteries, which should be enough. We'll also go ahead and stop firewood from being something that needs to be collected. That happening should be able to adjust it within early spring. We should be able to bring the firewood count back up. The food count is fixed, so like I said, that all should be being able to be adjusted right now. Plus, like I said, once the food count for this chicken is already fixed, that's awesome. We have 1 more than what we need, and we're 12 away from filling this out. Again, this is a big pasture. I'm not too worried about it. Having that pasture is like a backup for us. And then being able to build a pasture down here is just another ease that we can have. So, you know, it's really just about using the space we have accordingly and being able to process everything we can. So we'll go ahead and build the roads right here, finish that out, and bam. So those roads are built. I know we could finish it out entirely, but at least it gives them a decent way to walk. You have 1 little block across, so I can't really see too much of an issue right there. If we can build another pasture right here and split something, we should be okay. I'm thinking about splitting this sheep right here. I know it's only 10 and that pasture will be a very big pasture right here. So, not sure how we're going to do that, but we're going to do it in some way, shape, or form. But like I said, the biggest part is going to be getting through each season, being able to use the population to our advantage. The biggest thing we have to work with is the fact that I'm also building homes on top of everything. So we really need to get 6 more stones for these homes set up, and then the rest of it is just going to be stones for everything else. Stones is kind of what we're hinging on right now. 6 for each home and 12 for this forester's lodge, and there's 55 for this masonry area, this forge, which it's not a lot in retrospect to anything else, but for what we have right now, it is a decent amount, and I'm not too focused on trying to get any of it really set up. I'm just trying to make sure that we do have a decent amount of it set aside so that we don't have to worry about it later. We're 3 away from having this field all set up with chickens. If you scroll down, you can see them all sitting right there in the field, and obviously see everything else. Like I said, I'm not stressed. It is what it is. We'll get everybody taken care of, and you know, move on from there. Where are we at with it? Where is pastures? We will grab this corner right here. We'll go ahead and bring it out to 20. I know we kind of went way past 20. So 20 by 10, 11, 12, 13, 13, oh. Okay, 14. 20 by 14 is the biggest we can do in this section. That's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna do it. Because the amount of wood we gotta cut down in this section will more than make up for the amount the pasture needs. And in that retrospect, we're fine. Making sure we keep up with our iron needs. We have more than enough. We still have over 400. Once we start dropping down to 100, we'll start worrying about it. We do have 5 people back in the mines, so we shouldn't need to worry about it just yet. The chicken down here is almost caught up to the amount of workload we need. The sheep is more than caught up, and the chicken over here has been caught up for a while now. So we're just kind of waiting for wool to be caught up. We'll unpause it. Didn't mean to do that in the first place. More than enough wool right there. Whole bunch of wool. And the road did get built right there. I do want to build a road right here that connects these two. I believe this is going to be where I can take care of it. Right there will be my road. That sets it up for future points. We got a 10 by 10 of sheep. This is, we're just cutting the trees away. We can't really do too much besides that. And as long as all of our food gets picked, we should be in decent standings. Again, our biggest point is going to be people not freezing right now. We're in early autumn, so rain should still be our biggest issue right now. We do have quite a few squash fields, so even if it does snow, we'll be able to take care of the snow and it won't affect us at all. And like I said, the pastures are working great. All of our crop fields are getting picked. We have 2 crop fields almost done. A couple more crop fields getting there. So we're moving along in the right direction. And like I said, we have extra storage barns now, so the amount of food we're getting is going to the homes down here, but at the same time it's also being able to be distributed and moved throughout the rest of the areas. So that is the biggest part. And then, what's this? Ooh, iron again. So, we're gonna take advantage. We're gonna pause here. We'll pause real quick. Go over here. What's 224 of that? So we're talking 212. How about 180? 185? 2. I can't complain with that. That is nice. 2 traders back to back to give us iron, and the iron will just bring us back to what we've used and give us an extra 100. Why not? that's what they're for anyway, are they not? So, you know, we'll go ahead and use them to our advantage to keep ourselves from having to have a whole bunch of miners. We really don't even need the miners at this point in time. We just kind of have them. So, you know, I'll just take them away for now and just kind of watch everything and see what's happening. I think we need stone, so I'll add a couple of stone miners in, maybe a couple more just to keep it going. Again, once this stone mine is used up, we'll go ahead and delete it and move it somewhere else, probably over to this section of the map, or this section, just to keep up with progress, maybe even over here. So, put 2 people in mining right now just to have something. Not that we actually need it. I mean, we're talking about we have over 500 iron. We'll pause again because we have 52 more wool. Um, 24. Damn. 48. 42. 43. Trade. So this is the nice thing about the traders. Obviously you can go in here and trade whatever they have. So we want, from this trader, we want apple seeds, we want corn, potato, and putting the rest of this stuff on here every time wouldn't hurt anything. Okay, so that is the case, and you can order stuff from the merchants. I'm not sure exactly how extensive the ordering is, so you can't take me word for word when it goes to how they function. I can't explicitly give you a actual explanation on that, so do not take my word for how the merchants work. I am just using them as we see fit. They had a bunch of iron, we had stuff to trade, I traded it, period. So for us it worked. It's what we needed, it's what we needed to continue, and now we're moving forward. Now we can build another, ooh, 2 homes can fit there. We rotate. 1 home can fit there, that's fine. We'll use those 3 homes. Keep going, keep progressing. And now, again, we're adding extra homes to it, but extra homes means extra people, and all we have to do is add another crop field, which isn't that unreasonable. We just kind of run down here, find out where the storage shed is finished off at, build the roads, set it up, and then we go over here, we build the crop field, run over to the corner, 15 up, 15 over, bam, crop field. Three houses, that is no issue for 3 houses. Let it destroy those trees. Unfortunately, that's what's going to happen. We can't really stop it. The orchards are what they are, and you know, unfortunately, we have a decent amount of people trying to caretake over them, but it's not enough. So we need this Forester's Lodge to be completed, and then the Foresters will just kind of go where they go. We'll add 4 more people to the builders. That way they're completed. Like I said, we have more than enough iron. I'm not worried about it at this point in time. Iron will be focused on in the next couple episodes after this recording. This recording will probably take up until probably episode 21. So I'm not pressed as far as that's concerned. We'll probably even end up putting pastures right here, and then we'll leave this Forester's Lodge because this whole section right here will be left as woods, which won't hurt anything.